morning. Okay, so I'm a little too excited for it to be like this early in the morning. I'm going to share this into the chat. However, I do know it's almost 9 o'clock here. So I know a lot of you guys are either at work or possibly still sleeping. So I'm sure most of y'all are going to end up watching this on the replay, which is perfectly fine. So I wanted to talk about a couple of different things. Hey, Angela. The first one being, are you making excuses or is it really not God's timing? And by the way, there are going to be a mix of both of y'all in this category. Like, I'm not telling you that every one of you who's like, well, it's just not God's timing is making an excuse. Because some of y'all, it really isn't God's timing, and that's okay. But I want to kind of walk through, how do you tell if it's God's timing or if you're making excuses? Because I know for me personally, I ran my butt off for Double Diamond this month. Guys, I ran my butt off for that $20,000 bonus. Brett ran his butt off for the Emeralds bonus. Neither one of us got either one of them. We got a lot closer. We definitely got more money on our check this month, but we didn't get the bonus. We didn't get the promotion. And I can honestly say for us, it was God's timing. But there have been plenty of months where I've missed promotions or missed bonuses or missed goals or whatever, and it wasn't God's timing, it was me. So I've had a mix of both, but I'm telling you, I feel like amazing this morning. I don't feel any regret because I know how hard I pushed in February. I did all the things. I did reels, I did messages, I did live videos, I did stories, I Zoomed with my team, like I poured into my downline, I did all the things. So I can honestly say no regrets. Like, I didn't get it because it wasn't God's timing, not because I did not work for it. And I told Brett at the beginning of the month, I said, we are a very big chunk away from doing this. If we don't get it, it's going to be because God didn't want us to get it right now, not because of anything that we could have humanly controlled. So I don't want you to answer, but I want you to ask yourself, like, how are you feeling? Do you feel like you honestly did everything you could in February and you just didn't get it? Or do you feel like, you know what, I didn't get the promotion, but I can tell you the reason why, and it's because I didn't push hard enough? Again, don't answer, just ask yourself. And there's no shame on either one. I've been there more times than I care to admit, but sometimes it really is us. It's not God's timing. I do want to say, like I said, when I say I did all the things, sometimes you're not supposed to do every single thing. But you know, if there's something that God is pushing you to do, and you're like, I don't really want to do that. Or you're like, well, that's not God, it's just a voice. If you are hearing something repeatedly, it's God telling you to do it, okay? When it comes to obviously good things, not bad things. But if you're hearing repeatedly a little voice in your head telling you to do bad things, you probably need to go see somebody because that's not normal. But some of y'all, you need to be doing reels and you're not doing them because you just don't want to do them. That's your missing piece of your puzzle. And by the way, that was me for a long time. I did not want to do reels. I don't like doing reels. Once I start making them, they're fun and I like them. But like, I have so much anxiety around just doing them and I don't know why. But that upped my game a lot when it came to Instagram and signing people on Instagram. So some of y'all, that is your missing piece. Some of you guys, it's messaging. Again, this one was also me. I had such a bad experience in the beginning of my business with messaging. Y'all gotta remember, I've been in for 5 years now. Well, it'll be 5 years in April. And at the beginning of my business, Host-to-Post wasn't a thing. We didn't have anything to give us free advertising, as we call it. It just wasn't normal. Like, no one was doing it. The way we built is we messaged. I remember being told, like, if I don't message 200 people a day, I don't want this bad enough. And I had such a bad experience with messaging that I stopped doing it for years. And I just built on Host-to-Post 100%. And I have no regrets on that. But now I'm looking through my people on my friends list, and so many people don't ever see my posts because that's how the Facebook algorithm works. I'm like, there's so many people that need this business and need these products, and they don't even know what I do. So what I started doing is after I get all my Host-to-Posts up and I go through them That's the part that I love doing. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to send out 10 messages. And usually my 10 turns into more because once I start messaging, I don't mind it. And actually this month I have re-fallen in love with messaging because I've signed a lot of people that literally were like, oh, I've never seen any of your posts, or oh, I used to see your posts and I haven't seen them for like 2 years. Yeah, the algorithm screws you. But it's people that really need the income or really need the different products that we have. And me not messaging them, like, I'm taking that away from them. Literally, I would have never joined this. Even if I did see someone's host a post, I would have never joined this business if someone had not messaged me and then followed up a lot of times. So for me, a missing piece. Now, live videos. That might be your missing piece. It's not mine. I have no problem doing live videos. But that might be the thing that you need to start doing, and you've been pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. Stories. Maybe you're not very good at your stories. Guys, stories should be a mix of business and home. It literally should be like a play-by-play. You're basically vlogging up in your stories. If you go to my stories right now, literally you're gonna live my life with me for the last 24 hours. So you're gonna see a picture of kids playing Nintendo and talking about this is how I'm starting my Sunday. Then you're going to see a picture of a Louisiana book and talking about how the kids are playing Nintendo. I'm lesson planning. Like, this is our life. Then you're going to see a pop-up of thanking a new customer because I signed a customer. Then you're going to see a selfie of me and my husband just saying church time. Like, and I kind of made fun of him because he always looks mad in every picture that we take. Like, he does not take pictures. Then you're going to see a stack of school books talked about I'm all prepped for the week. Like, I'm excited. Then you're going to see a picture of the menu and say, I've also prepped my menu. Then you're going to see a shout out to our Facebook group and say, hey, like, if you want recipes and stuff, go check out our Facebook group. Then you're going to see me doing a little live. It's not live. Like, I pre-record a 60-second video and then I put it in my stories. Talking about setting boundaries because I noticed I had a lot of messages from teammates, which is fine. Like, y'all ask me all the questions. But every one of you know, like, I answer on my time, not on yours. And I'm not saying that to sound like a brat or a diva or anything like that. But I have to set healthy boundaries. And that's the first thing they teach you when you become a quote-unquote leader in the business, just meaning you have people asking you questions, is set the boundaries. Make sure they know, like, hey, if I don't message you back, that's not something to be offended about. And I just talked a few seconds about that. And then I had a graphic of someone joining the team because someone on our team signed somebody. So I shout those people out as well. Then there were a couple pictures of the activity we had at church last night. And I told a story. Like, the whole point of your stories is to tell a story. You tell a story of whatever you're doing that day. A good mix of your face. A good mix of throw some products in there. You using products. People buying products, whatever. First thing I did this morning is I put a 15-second, again, I go to TikTok, I make a video making my coffee, and then I just save the video and I go post it on my stories. I don't really care about TikTok. I'm not building that platform right now, but I'm definitely using that free tool. And then in a minute, I'm going to do a 60-second little video talking about the new thing I'm about to tell you guys about, which I'm going to tell you at the end of this, because I'm excited about it. So, yeah, some of y'all, it might be Facebook parties. You used to have good results with Facebook parties, and then you stopped doing them. Now, I'm not telling you if you're brand new to go do 100 Facebook parties. I'll tell you Facebook parties don't work for me. I did try them. I did do them for the team for a while. I never sign anyone on Facebook parties. Now, when they're there, I use them because you never know, like, what kind of seed that's going to plant. I'm just telling you, for me, like, I did it, and it didn't work. Host-a-Post. Morgan Martin doesn't do Host-a-Post because they don't work for her. She does a lot of reels. And that's what brings people to her. There are people in the business that don't do Host-a-Post. They do straight cold messaging. Guys, there's not a right or a wrong. And if you're thinking like, oh man, I've got to go do all those things. No. If you feel like you need to do a majority of what I just said and like you felt like you've needed to do them for a while and you've been pushing them off, you probably do need to do them. But for March, pick one of those and get good at it. April, pick one more. Get good at it. Now, a good place to start if you're not doing any of this, get really good at Host-a-Post. So if you're brand new, just focus on getting good at Host-a-Post. Those are the free ads. Those are the easiest way to build your business when it comes to customers and distributors. Get really good at posting, following the 5-day posting schedule, and then get really good at stories. Those are your first 3 things. Okay? Your 4th thing is messaging. If your Host-a-Post don't take off, don't be scared to message. Now, I'm not talking cold message. I don't go to strangers and like spam them about the business or about the products. But there are several videos in here on messaging. You can talk to your upline. Like, messaging is a real way to build this business without being spammy. Those are the 4 things I would get good at first. Then you can add on reels or live videos or Facebook parties. Like, you can do all the things, but you want to do them baby steps. So again, having said all that, if you can honestly say, okay, I am doing all the things that I should be doing. Again, that doesn't mean you have to do all the things. I'm not doing every single thing on this list every day. Some of you aren't meant to do all the things. Some of you aren't meant to do Facebook parties. You're not meant to do host to host. You're not meant to do the messaging. Like, you have another system that is working. But if what you're doing is not working, then and I'm not saying that you didn't hit a promotion. I'm saying you're not consistently enrolling. That's what working means. If it's working, you're consistently enrolling, period. So what you're doing is not working for you. You might not be, it may be that you're not being consistent. Like, whatever your system is, you do have to do it every day. Doesn't matter what the system is. If you don't do it every day, it's not going to work. So you do have to do it. But then the second thing is, maybe you're not doing the right things. Maybe you do need to add on one of these things. And that's not something I can tell you. That's something that you have to kind of feel led to do and then go do it. Then you can honestly say, you know what, I am doing everything. And it's just not God. I'm consistently enrolling. I haven't promoted. It's just not God's timing. Now, here's one huge reason why it might not be God's timing. Maybe there's a lesson you need to learn before God gives you more responsibility, because with promotions come responsibility. You get a bigger team and you get more money. Those are the 2 things. If you're not good at leading people and you're not good at loving on people, you're probably not ready for a promotion. And guys, that's what all of 2020 was me. All of 2020 was me learning how to love on people and how to lead people because I sucked at it. I have so many leaders that came in this business, hit Ruby, hit Emerald, and they quit. Like, real close to Diamond because I was so red with them. Like, oh, you've got to do more, you got to do more. I sucked at leading people. I didn't want to get on Zooms with people. I did not want to take the time. I was all about the enroll. And that's why I was a mass enroller for so long. I was a top enroller on April's team for a long time. And then I had to take a step back and I was like, no, I need to be cultivating those people I'm bringing in. Not just, okay, you're in now, on to the next person. Like, figure it out. However, I was brought in like that. Okay, you're in now, on to the next person, figure it out. I wasn't trained at all. I trained myself on YouTube videos. I don't think that's the right way to do it, and that's not how I want to run my team, but it is how I ran my team for a couple of years. And people quit left and right because of it. Like, it was 100% my fault for a lot of them. The other thing, okay, so I started consistently enrolling in 2020. I started seeing my enrollers, or the people I enrolled, enrolling people and getting customers and getting distributors. And I felt really good about that. And then literally, like, there were times I would pray, I'd be like, God, I am doing what you told me to do. Like, I'm learning to lead people. I'm learning to love people. I'm still not promoting. Then we got our W-2 and our 1099. Aw, thank you, Angela. And my husband and I looked at the income that we brought in 2020. Then we looked at our savings account and we realized real quickly, we're not being good stewards with our money at all. Like, the amount of money in our savings should have been quadruple what it was with the amount of income that we brought in 2020. Guys, 2020, I only had 1 month that was below $2,000. And I had months as high as $6,000. I'm only a diamond. Like, that's why I tell you guys all the time, it doesn't matter your rank, focus on your paycheck. Focus on enrolling distributors, enrolling customers, helping your distributors, enroll distributors, and enroll customers. It is not dependent on your rank. It's dependent on how much you work and how smart you work. But having said that, we had a lot of money come in, and we had a lot of money go right back out to stuff that wasn't necessary. So that, I know, is the lesson that my husband and I needed a slap in the face. And I think we're back on track. Like, we have set up a budget. I stuck to it so good in February. I was so proud of myself. It was so hard not to go shopping because I had created that bad habit of, like, I was buying stuff on Amazon all the time. And, like, our bills are paid. The only debt we have is a little bit of medical stuff from Glory that we haven't paid off yet. We're going to need a new car soon, and we know that. So, in our house, obviously, if we don't have a car payment, we're probably going to have a car payment. If we were smart, we would have saved up a lot of money and just bought a brand new car this year. Instead, we blew a lot of money. We did buy a used car because that's what my husband, he wanted this certain car that he found for like $30,000. It's still in our garage a year later and doesn't run. So many things, like we put so much money into it. So if we were smart, we would have saved that money, bought a new car, been good. Instead, we're probably going to get a car payment now because we don't have $15,000 to go give a dealership to buy a car. We could have, but we don't because we're dumb. Not really. We're not dumb, but we made some dumb decisions. And I'm just being vulnerable with you guys. Like sometimes God has to smack you in the face with something like, hey, look at all the money you spent on XYZ. You could have had a brand new Lincoln for that. Not brand new, but like 50,000 miles. A brand new Lincoln for that price, but your dumb butt now is about to have a car payment because you wanted to eat out 17 times a week. Okay? Again, just being real with you. So all that to say, I think we have learned the lessons God wants us to learn. I think now we're on track to just have a couple promotions. Like the work ethic is there for us. The time management, we learned that a long time ago. The balance with work and family. The leading people, I feel like we've got that down. Not that we can't learn anymore. We're always going to be learning, but I feel like we're at the level we need to be for the promotions that we want. And then once we get up to about triple, I feel like we're probably going to have some new lessons. And the money management is now in place. Like we know what to do. Now it's just doing it. So I feel like the lessons are learned, but we will see. Some of y'all, you can think in your mind, okay, she just listed off 4 things. Time management, I kind of suck at that. I can't get out of bed in the morning. Leading people, okay, I hate my team because they're lazy. You're not leading people then. Money management, okay, like this is how much I spent on eating out last week. I don't even know how much I spent because I don't track it. What was the other one that I said? Time management, work ethic. Sometimes I work, sometimes I don't. I like to watch a lot of TV. Like those 4 things have to be in line for you to get to the levels that you want to get to if you're looking to get Diamond, Double, Triple, Prez, Ambassador. Getting up to Diamond, I proved you don't have to be like that great to get up to Diamond when it comes to those. You can get to Diamond kind of on your own. When you're getting to the other promotions, you have to work with people, and it takes a lot of training in that area. So, anyways, who's ready? There's a lot of y'all on here. Like I was kind of surprised. I didn't figure anyone was gonna watch this, and then I was like, oh, there's a lot of people. Who's ready for the new thing? I've got to be quick. I'm supposed to take my daughter on a walk and like I'm eating into my time. So the new thing is I'm going to start basically a VIP lounge. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet. It's a Facebook group. Jade Hooper does this. I think April tried to do this. I don't know that it worked or it took off. It's something I've been on my heart to do for a long time, but it does take a lot of work, and I wasn't going to do it until I had some leaders in place to help me with, which I do now. And I also wasn't going to do it until I actually had got the other things in place of my business and doing the things for myself, that I was doing it consistently, because I don't want to start something and not doing it consistently. I've done that with you guys before. Some of y'all on here for a long time are like, yeah, you start and don't finish a lot. I do. And that is why I've gotten so much better at it the last couple months. And I don't start new things until the other things are finished. That's why there's not a new contest yet, because I haven't completely finished getting everything out for the old one. Okay? Just being transparent. Oh, by the way, most of y'all, I mailed your loyalty cards. The only 2 I haven't, I think, are Ruth and Savannah, because you won larger numbers. So I've got to actually go to the post office to mail them. But everybody else, I just dropped in the mailbox. So if you've gotten them, let me know. If you get them in the next couple days, let me know. So anyways, Jade does this. All it is, it's a Facebook group that you have your potentials go to, that we do like product highlights and stories and, different things basically about the business. I'll have more details when I actually set it up. I thought about just doing it for my potentials. And I was like, if I'm going to do the work, why not do it for my team? And then I was like, well, I'll just open it up to VIP. If you're in Jade's downline or your upline already does something like this, you don't need this, okay? They do it probably way better than I'm going to do it, because I'm going to be figuring things out as I go. But if you don't have something like this, it just helps with your follow-up game. Because now when you reach out and follow up with people, they've already been getting a lot more about the business. Some people, they watch the video, they're interested, they're just not quite ready to go yet. That's where a group like this would come into play. So it would be for people who are on what we call the VIP list. So they're ready to order, they just didn't give you the information for whatever reason, or they backed out last minute, like they were on your website, just didn't go through with it, they would go in there. Potential distributors, everything you went through the interview, gave them the price, they would go in there. It's not just to add anybody. There will be safeguards set up to where like we're adding specific people, not open to the public. And I'll have different leaders that are like, there won't be posts won't be turned on. It'll just be specific people allowed to post. So we'll have different people that are allowed to post in there. And just we'll have set things of like, okay, Monday we're gonna have somebody share a product testimony. Tuesday we're gonna have somebody share a business testimony. Wednesday someone's gonna go live and talk about whatever. So it'll be organized. But anyways, so all that to say, I'm excited for March. Guys, I don't care if they bring out another bonus. I'm running for double this month. I want 2021 to be my first $10,000 month when it comes to my paycheck. Bonus or not, I don't care. Like, money is money. I don't care where it comes from, right? To a point, obviously. But when it comes to it works. Like, I don't care if it's part of the comp plan. I don't care if it's a bonus. I don't care. But 2021, I'm getting my first $10,000 month. I don't care what rank that means I'm at. If I have to get to presidential to get my first 10,000, I'm going to get to presidential. If I get it as a double, boom, I got it as a double. And then I will set a new goal from there. So shout out in the comments, what rank are you going for this month? And again, I don't care if you shouted it out last month. Okay, I'm going to start shouting out what I'm doing. I don't care if it takes me another 8, 9, 10, 12 months to get to double. I'm pushing for it. And I'm going to be loud and proud about it because I'm finally ready to hit that promotion. So what rank are you going for? What paycheck number are you going for in 2021? So what rank are you going for right now? What paycheck number are you going for in 2021? Shout it out in the comments, and I will talk to you guys later.